Hey there, my friends. It's Brad, the Bearded Piper, and I hope you all are having a great day. You know, sometimes you just need to blow some smoke rings. Yeah, it's been a crappy week. I'm not going to get really involved into it because, I'll be honest, it's pretty emotional for me. But I am out on the deck enjoying a well needed relaxation with a bowl of salty dogs in my merchant service standard pipe. Now, if you saw my video late November, early December of last year, you will know that this was my dream pipe. And I'm saying was my dream pipe because I got it, right? So now the dream became a reality. And at this point, I don't have another dream pipe. I don't have one that I'm chasing or one that I really, really want or anything like that. Have some stuff that I'm starting to get into. I really like my Brighams, but I've been watching some Kamois on eBay for some reason. There was one. I'm trying to think if it was maybe Judd's or somebody. It came up. I get a daily email from uh, eBay with new pipes that were added, right? New estate pipes, new Brighams. And when I was scrolling through the estate pipes, there was a Kamoy blue ribbon that caught my attention. And then I just started looking at them. So I have one Kamoy, and a lot of them on eBay are going a little bit higher out of my price range, at least for right now. But, hey, who knows? Maybe that'll be the next part of my collection. But as of right now, I don't have a dream pipe. So, this is my dream pipe that became a reality. And if you didn't watch that video, it's because I have kind of a special bond with this pipe. My grandmother was a big Bing Crosby fan, and I don't remember. I think it was an album. We used to listen to some of his albums on her old console stereo, and I think it was one of the albums that he was on that he had a merchant service standard pipe hanging out of his mouth, and that's what I've always associated the enjoyment of a pipe. When every time somebody said it, or as I was growing up, I always pictured Bing Crosby with that pipe out of his mouth. It's nowhere near what uh, Bing looks like, but hey, yeah, gotta try, right? So, I don't know if I said, but I've got some salty dogs in this, some from Dan Tobacco. Some good stuff. Uncle Willie got me turned on to this in one of his videos. He didn't do it intentionally, but he did, and it came up, and I saw it, and I picked some up, and I really enjoy the stuff. Now, I do like to try to let it dry a little bit more than what I did tonight. Uncle Willie, he believes that you're supposed to enjoy the blend the way it came out of the tin because that's how it was intended to be enjoyed. I still prefer to let some of my stuff dry pretty good. But hey, Willie's the man. Uh, so, and what do they say? Pipe as you please, I think, is what Adam over at Get Pipe Podcast says all the time. Pipe as you please. So, anyway, I was saying it's kind of a crappy week, and again, I can't really get into it too much just for the simple fact that I'm going to get pretty emotional over it, right? You all know that uh, my wife and I, we do a lot of things with our dogs. We show them, we train them. We don't have kids, and our dogs are pretty much like a major part of our life. And when you do things with your dogs, whether it's training or showing or anything like that, you kind of build a little bit more of a special bond with them because you spend so much time working together, right? Um, and I mean, everybody loves their pets, but you get that really special bond. And what I will say is, Icon and I last Saturday had a great dog show. We won Best of Breed and Chesapeake Bay Retrievers both days, and we took there's so when you win breed, all the breeds show, right? So they pick the best dog of every breed, and then those dogs show in 7 different groups. There's the working group, the herding group, the hound group, the sporting dog group, the terrier group, the non-working group, and the toy or non-sporting group, and the toy group. I named all 7. It's like trying to name the 7 dwarves. And so when you win breed, you get to go and show in groups, and then they pick. I think there's 24 breeds in sporting dogs. Now, not all 24 of them are necessarily entered in the show, but there's usually 20. So you go and show in group. They pick the best sporting dog and the best hound and best terrier and so on, and then those 7 dogs show against each other, and they pick the best in show. So, but because there's a lot of professional handlers out there, it can get a little bit political, right? Some of the judges and the handlers, there's a little bit of politics there. So the AKC, the American Kennel Club, came out a number of years ago with what is called the Owner Handled series, and Icon and I also won that. So if you own and handle your own dog, then you win, you get to show in those groups, and they do a best in show owner handled as well. So it's kind of cool. And we got a group 2, second place on Saturday, which is a big deal to get a placement in groups. And I was stoked, really excited about that. And I was flying high all weekend long through it, right? And then Thursday, Icon got sick. And our one of our closest friends, it's my wife's best friend, is our veterinarian, and she was leaving on Thursday night to go out of town for an agility trial, another dog show. And she asked my wife, "Can you bring him in?" Because she wanted to see him just in case. And she x-rayed him, and turned out that she needed to do surgery. And I'm going to go so far with this story because at a certain point I'm going to get pretty emotional. So we're just going to cut it off right there because I've already recorded this video a couple times, and I had to stop it because I was crying. I'm not afraid to admit that I'm almost a 50-year-old man that gets emotional, especially with my dogs. I love them to pieces. But when she went in, his spleen was enlarged. It was pretty big, so she removed it. There were some hard nodules, I think is how she phrased it, on the spleen, so she sent it out for biopsy. Now, the good news is, this isn't good news, but years ago, Melissa had a black lab that had some kind of something sarcoma, cancer. And she said Icon's spleen didn't look at anything like that, but she's overly cautious. It could be an infection because the kidney that was near the spleen was inflamed as well. But we're just waiting now to find out what's going on with the biopsy. Right, it takes 10 days, 10 to 14 days. So hopefully it'll come in earlier than that. My wife is the type of person that she doesn't jump to any conclusions until she has all the facts. And of course, I run through every possible scenario, good through bad, through my brain. And it's just been pretty stressful for me because he's my shadow. Like he and I are pretty tight. The dog spends a lot of time on my lap. And yeah, he's 95 pounds, something like that. He sits on my lap a lot. He and I are like, we're really tight. So, but we're best friends. That's what I always tell him. I'm like, here's my best friend. So yeah, we've been dealing with that, and since Thursday, and he came home Thursday night, and we're having a little bit of complications. He hasn't been able to keep anything down. He's lethargic, kind of expect him to be, but he's walking around, he's pretty much on crate rest, but when I take him out to go to the bathroom and walk around and things like that, he's doing okay. He wants to be with me, but he wants to drink water, and he can't because he can't keep it down. So we're giving him When I say we, I mean my wife is giving him sub-Q fluids. It's an IV that goes underneath the skin, and so he doesn't get dehydrated. She took him in today to get an anti-nausea shot. So tomorrow we're going to try giving him his pain meds and his antibiotic in the morning. Wait an hour and give him half a cup of water, which sounds crazy to me. And then wait 2 hours, and then if he keeps the water down, give him a little bit of like a quarter cup of chicken, and then every couple hours he gets a half a cup of water and a little bit of chicken, and then we're going to slowly increase that. So Melissa doesn't seem worried about him not being able to eat. She said, it's most likely an anesthesia thing. But hey, I'm already terrified. I'm already scared out of my mind about it. And I'm already worried, so why not add some more? So, but anyway, if you're a baseball fan, then you'll know that sorry about that. I thought I heard something off in the distance. If you're a baseball fan, you've heard of the life throws you a curveball. Well, sometimes when life throws you a curve, you just gotta hit the ball, right? You just gotta put the ball to the bat. Even if it's a foul ball, it means the game is still going. You're not out. And right now, I feel like these curveballs that are coming at me, I'm just waiting for that down the middle fastball to hit it out of the park. And I'm staying positive, at least trying to, and that biopsy is going to come back and just be an infection, right? It's the best thing that we could possibly hope for at this point. So, but anyway, it's kind of a bummer video, but it's something that's on my mind, something I needed to get off my chest, something I needed to talk about. So remember, my friends, life is good, but it is better with a pipe, and it's the best with a dog.